Hi, I'm Jessamine Luis, and I am the AmeriCorps Program Officer for Oregon Volunteers, which is the state service commission for Oregon. We were trying to figure out a way to streamline our AmeriCorps program reporting, particularly financial reporting, but also all of the programmatic reporting elements that we have to have our sub-grantees do. And we were trying to find one place to kind of centralize everything that we do with them and to make that process more efficient. When we were looking for a system, we really wanted something that both made our lives easier and better, but also had benefits for our grantees and make their lives simpler and better. And this has been a fabulous solution for us. This has really saved a tremendous amount of time. I can say that probably saves me about 4 to 8 hours a month. Basically, this ends up being the place where all of the program's history is located. Programs that just post things in here rather than email and then put it in a folder. And anybody that needs to see it can go in here and get the information that they need to know about that program. Simple is good, and everybody has said this has been really easy. In fact, one of them said this was the easiest system they've ever used for their grant management reporting. So I think that that's a huge win. So the old way we used to do this was with giant Excel spreadsheets. What would happen is that we would send out an Excel spreadsheet with many, many tabs that had a lot of calculations in it. We'd lock it down so they could only put information in the right cells so that it wouldn't mess up any of those calculations. They'd send it in to me. I'd have to go over it, add a tab, unlock things, lock them again, send it back. It's kind of a tedious and time-consuming process and really, really inefficient. So what we were hoping we could do, create a way to streamline that process, which is with the monthly PER form here. And you can see it's very clear what you do here with this picture. Basically, you click on the $sign, and this is where our programs do their financial reporting. The main reason that we went to this system is that we have an easy way for folks to enter what their expenses are every month so that we can pull this information down and create reimbursements once we review and approve all of the different expenses that they've generated for the prior month. The really, really cool thing about this is a great reporting function over here. If I click that report button, whatever someone has put in here gets pulled into a giant Excel spreadsheet, which is basically the Excel spreadsheet we used to have to send back and forth. But this is now completely open information. The programs can play with it and do whatever they need to do. Nothing is locked, and any information changes, it gets changed in the FMYI site rather than in the spreadsheet. So all of the up-to-date information is housed within the site itself, and the spreadsheet is just kind of an auxiliary report. I get a notification that says, oh, this person submitted their PER, and all I have to do is click on a button in the email, and it takes me right to what they've posted in here. I can even comment via email, so I have to respond in a timely way to everything that's happened. The biggest thing that we have here is everybody gets to see everything, complete transparency. What we can see down here at the bottom is exactly what a program submitted, who is responsible for the financial reporting, and then I can go in and look, and if I see something wrong, I can tell them to make a change. The person at the program level can approve it, or if they see something wrong, they can just reopen it and make any changes that they need to along the way. And then one really cool thing, at the point at which I approve to send this off for reimbursement, I just go in and lock it, and no changes can be made after that unless they request it specifically. What was required by the state for us, does the reimbursements for us, is that we had to have a secure way for everybody to log in individually so we could really track what each person is doing through here. And so for auditing purposes, what's really exciting for us about this and the transparency that this provides is that with all of this different information that we can house in here, an auditor can look at and basically go back and say, okay, this is what happened when and by who that's related to all of these different compliance areas. Whether it's a federal requirement where they'll be required to submit all the backup documentation for it, all of that can be housed in here. And then we have documentation to show what we've been doing to monitor the compliance. And in the event of a federal audit, we have a clear audit trail at all levels. The features here are all the different things that we thought would be most important to our programs. One thing that we did create to start out here is an AmeriCorps resources site. We know that our programs like to share information amongst themselves, and we think they have a lot of rich information to share, so we wanted to figure out a way to capitalize and make that as easy for them as possible. We call it the green site here. One of the programs actually made a joke that the grass is always greener when other people are there with you. So this is where we kind of put information that is kind of applicable to all the programs. Another great thing about this has been these recurring tasks. Everybody has a lot on their plate, and all I have to do is click over here and I can add a task, and it's really easy to set that up to repeat each and every month. It's always helpful to get that extra reminder to make sure that they can get everything done for their reporting that they need to. Each of our separate sub-grantees has their own individual sites here. All I have to do to create a new one is go to the template that we started, do a couple clicks, and voila. I have a whole new site created for another AmeriCorps program. And every month they're routinely submitting their PERs in here. We have an upcoming progress report, and all of that's going to be done through here rather than via email as it has in the past. So I see this becoming more and more used over time and becoming even a more valuable resource to us.